Erikson's stages of psychosocial identity crisis. Although the details of Freud's theory have been discredited, two of its generalizations have been accepted. Number 1, maturity is not reached without some conflict. Number 2, the way in which conflict is resolved in childhood will affect the behavior of the adult. These two general principles are also part of Erikson's theory of psychosocial identity crisis. Basic trust versus mistrust. The infant's primary developmental task is to form a secure attachment to the caregiver. If maternal care is consistent, affectionate, and reliable, the infant will develop basic trust. If care is not affectionate or consistent, the infant may develop a basic mistrust of others that will persist through life. Autonomy versus doubt. The child makes choices where to go and whether not to engage in forbidden behaviors. The conflict is between the child's desire and controls imposed by parents. A child who is able to gain some control over his or her own actions will become autonomous, whereas a child who is not allowed to make guided choices may develop doubt. Initiative versus guilt. During the preschool years, self-control is expanded into self-direction. The child develops real initiative, using his or her boundless energy to achieve new successes. Occasionally, however, this energy is channeled into activities that produce harm, and the child, realizing the harm inflicted, develops guilt. Industry versus inferiority. During the early school years, initiative becomes focused, producing persistence and industry as a single task, be it schoolworks, the nurturance of friendship, or practicing of physical skills. If the focused activities does not bring out the intended results, the child develops inferiority. Identity versus role diffusion. The adolescent who previously has known only one social role, that of a child, is now confronted with a large number of important choices reflecting new social opportunities. The adolescent spends a great deal of time trying various possible roles before making a selection. Erikson's theory has focused on adolescence and the concept of identity formation. Intimacy versus isolation. This is during adulthood, young adulthood. Young adults are confined to their identities and are capable of choosing commitment to another person. Young adults shows real concern for the interest and welfare of another, and that concern is reciprocated, producing intimacy. A young adult who avoids commitment, whether to friends, causes, or a sexual partner, is likely to become isolated. Commitment leads an adult to developing a career. Generativity versus stagnation, middle age. Individuals in the middle age are faced with the task of evaluating their accomplishments to determine whether or not they have accomplished both personally and socially imposed goals. This is now called the midlife crisis. If one feels that one's accomplishments measure up to expectations, the crisis is resolved in favor of what Erikson calls generativity, This is the belief that further growth is still possible. If, however, one feels that one does not measure up, the result will be stagnation. Of all the development and crises described in Erikson's theory, the crisis between generativity and stagnation is most heavily influenced by social factors, social expectations, rather than internal ideals, provide the standards against which individuals judge their success. Wisdom versus despair. This is old age. Upon reaching old age, the individual must confront his or her mortality. No longer is it possible to think that an alternate path might be more successful. One must be able to find order and meaning in the path already taken. The individual who experiences ego integrity accepts the limitations of life and obtains satisfaction from having been part of a larger history that includes previous generations. Achieving ego integrity leads to wisdom, and failure to reach this state of acceptance leads to despair. Please like, share, and subscribe.